Welcome to our podcast. In this episode, we'll explore how social media impacts our self-identity and social relationships. We'll discuss how social platforms shape our self-perception, influence interpersonal connection, and examine the FOMO phenomenon and its effect on mental health. I'm Maureen, and with me are Faiza, Fahmi, Rezwa, and Fabio. To dive deep into this relevant digital age topic, let's get started.
Social media plays a huge role in shaping our self-identity. When we share photos, status, or thoughts on platforms like Instagram or TikTok, we often build an image of ourselves to look perfect. But does this image reflect the real of us? Or is just the image we choose to show or flaunt to others? On social media, we often get caught up in self-comparison, looking at our friends who seem to have more interesting or successful life. This can make us feel not good enough, or even change the way we see ourselves. So, what do you think? Does the social media shape more positive or negative self-perceptions?
I think it really depends on how we use social media. Some can use it to express themselves authentically, but others feel pressure to show the best version of themselves. How about you? Have you ever felt that social media influence how you see yourself?
Maybe from social media itself. I happen to have two accounts on Instagram, and people usually call it a second account. But the second account, I can express myself more freely without fear of being judged, because usually the second account only contains people close to us or those we know well. While on the first account, everyone but those we know and don't know are present, which make us more consider what people think about us. In short, we can see ourselves more authentically on our second account.
Besides that, I believe social media also influence our interpersonal relationship. In the past, communication was done directly, but now many of us interact more often through social media, like text message, comments, or video calls. Although it makes it easier for us to stay connected, there is a negative side. Social media can make us feel more isolated, because even though we interact with many people, often this relationship feel more shallow or less meaningful. A concept example is when we find it easier to speak in front of a screen, but struggle to speak directly to people in the real world. Do you feel that relationships through social media are more meaningful compared to face-to-face interaction?
At a small coffee shop, I met Hakam, a friend previously I knew online. Our first real meeting was special. When we talked face to face like this, I could see him genuinely smile and hear the excitement in his voice. We talked for hours about our dreams. Our conversation flowed naturally, much different from our short texts. We laughed together, shared stories, and felt a real connection that no digital message could capture. And then that day, I understood something important. True friendship happens when people are physically together. The warmth of a smile, the energy of sharing a moment, and the real emotions we show cannot be replaced by screen.
That's interesting. Although social media allows us to connect with many people, there's also a sense of lack of depth in those relationships. How can we maintain more meaningful relationship in the digital world?
To maintain a meaningful relationship online, it's all about consistency. Don't just reach out when you need them something or to say hi. Keep the conversation going, whether it's through DMs or voice notes. Not just comment on posts. Also, make sure you're being authentic. Don't just show the highlight reel. Be open and real. If there's any issues, talk about it directly. Don't let it slide. The key is putting in the effort and staying present even if everything's online.
Okay, next we will discuss a phenomenon that often arises from social media use, namely FOMO or fear of missing out. FOMO is the feeling of anxiety or fear of missing out on exciting or important things happening in other people's life. For example, we see our friends on vacation, attending events, or doing other exciting activities while we felt left behind and not participating. FOMO often affects our mental health, especially because we feel we must always be involved in everything that is trending or exciting. This can cause anxiety, stress, and feelings of dissatisfaction with our own lives. Have you ever felt anxious or stressed because you saw others seemingly having more interesting or adventure-filled lives on social media?
I struggle with FOMO lately. Social media show me everyone's perfect moments that making me feel left out and anxious. So I spend hours for scrolling, comparing my life to others. But then I realized that these were just highlights, not the reality. So I decided to focus on my own experience and happiness by living in the present and appreciating my own journey. I finally found peace.
Oh, that's good.
FOMO can be one of the most felt negative impacts of social media. We always feel we must follow everything happening, even if it's not what we want.
FOMO doesn't just affect our feelings, but also our overall mental health. Over time, feelings of anxiety and worry about missing out can cause excessive stress, depression, and social isolation. Social media creates unrealistic comparisons when we see other people's life that's imperfect, when that's only a small part of their story. And then to overcome this, we need to be wiser in using social media. One way is to manage social media usage time and focus on the positive things we have, not just what we feel we're missing. How do you deal with FOMO feelings when seeing other activities on social media?
Okay, FOMO is so relatable, right? But don't worry, we can overcome it. First, we can reducing time on social media. So, seriously, what we see on social media is just the highlights, not the reality. So the second, focus on the things we can control. What we can do for ourselves right now. Then get used to being grateful. I myself like to write 3 positive things every night, and that makes me more chill about what I already done. So lastly, the third, don't forget to enjoy real relationship. Hanging out with friends or family has a totally different vibe than just scrolling through social media.
It seems that self-awareness and better control of social media use are the first steps that need to be taken to reduce FOMO. That way, we can focus more on our happiness rather than comparison created by social media.
To build a healthy identity on social media, we need to start by focusing authenticity instead of trying to create a perfect image of ourselves. We can be more open with our flaws and challenges. This will make us more connected to others who may feel the same way. In addition, we need to filter the information we receive on social media. Not everything we see is a representation of reality. So it's important not to be too influenced by others show us. Have you ever feel better after reducing expectation from social media and starting to be more honest with yourself?
I felt better because reducing social media expectations and being ourselves can be very positive for our mental well-being. Social media often creates pressure to be perfect, and comparing ourselves to others can often lead to feelings of anxiety of dissatisfaction. By focusing on being yourself and reducing expectation, many people feel freer and more satisfied with their lives.
I think the key to building a healthy identity on social media is to be yourself and not get trapped in unrealistic expectation. We must remember that social media is just a small part of reality. Thank you for listening to our podcast about the influence of social media on identity and social relationships and the impact of FOMO on our mental health. We hope you gain deeper insight and can be wiser in using social media. Don't forget to share your thoughts in our comment or social media. See you in the next episode.
See you!
See you!